All right. And Taz, whose name now you can't remember, you gave him $30,000. Is that right?
No, I know his name now.
What's his name?
Edward Cook.
Back then, did you go know his name?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that.
Oh, when you went to the hospital?
Yeah.
Edward Cook, Taz, you gave him $30,000, right?
Right.
Which was money you had gotten from your family, right?
Correct.
As an investment in a drug business, is that right?
Yes.
And what did Taz tell you your return would be?
Oh, at least 200 or 300%.
So if it was 100%, that would be 60,000. You would double your money?
Yeah.
Or triple your money?
Correct.
So you could have gotten even $100,000 out of that, right?
Yes.
And you actually got zero, right?
Correct.
And did you keep hanging around with Taz after it became apparent that he had no intention of paying you the money back?
Well, I hang out for a few months and months, and then, when it became apparent, I didn't. I stopped hanging out with him. I started hanging out with World.
And you just had nothing else to do with Taz at that point?
Not really. No.
And Taz told you about a guy named Frog. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And Frog apparently had made advances on Taz's girlfriend, right?
Yes.
According to Taz anyway, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he told you, right?
That's what he told me.
You don't know if it's true or not, but that's what he told you, right?
Yes.
And he said he wanted to kill Frog, right?
Right.
Were you involved with that at all? With the plan to kill Frog?
There wasn't a plan set out. But he said, "I'd like to kill him. Would you help me one day if I want to do it?"
And you said?
I said yes.
So at that point, you're agreeing to be involved in a murder, right?
Yes.
And you knew what he was talking about, right?
Yes.
And you knew someone named Boo, right?
Yes.
Boo, you knew. I think you told us he was a shooter for World, right?
Correct.
He was a hitman, is that right?
Yes.
Did Boo have any other jobs, any other activities at the time that you were aware of?
I heard that he sold drugs out of state. Maybe in Vermont or something like that.
You just heard that, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever spend any time with Boo?
I never really hung out with Boo, no.
And you had met Homo, also known as Homicide, right?
Right.
That was outside the barber shop on Bedford Avenue. Is that right?
Correct.
And you heard that Homo was gun running down south. Is that right?
Correct.
And at some point, you saw Homo in a restaurant with Taz. Is that right?
Yes.
And you've told us that all this time there was a plan to kill Homo, right?
Right.
And did you consider yourself part of that plan?
Not really. I mean, up until that night, I figured, yeah, I'm part of it. But before then, I believe they had meetings and stuff as to who exactly should go down. For instance, JR and all the other guys that died on the case. I never knew anything about. So, I mean, the Homo thing, I still know in general that people had to died, and that Homo was one of them since there was that discussion outside the barbershop. So it was pretty much, familiar to me. So, yes, Homo, yeah.
Now, did you get the impression that sometimes people would talk and not want you to hear what was being said?
I did.
And that made you feel that you weren't really part of the group?
Yeah, it did.
Did you consider yourself part of the group?
Semi. Yes and no.
Could you explain that?
I mean, from my end, I felt like I was just sticking around because I kept fixating on losses from here to here to here. It was like a gambling thing, you know. I just wanted to double up and make back what I lost from the last time and get out of it. And that's really what I was in it for. I mean, after a while, the initial thrill-seeking thing had worn off, and I was pretty disgusted with hanging around them. They usually wouldn't do much around me, but, like, waste time. And when then there were some discussions going on, I felt like even though I was able to, decipher parts of it, it was still being held back from me because I wasn't accepted as one of them. So it was, from both ways, it really wasn't mentioned.
So is that what happened with the discussions about Cyrus the virus?
Yeah. Well, sometimes, like I said, there was a few discussions that when Taz was speaking and Thor was there and they were, interchanging, these names, Taz would slip and say eBay when he had just used Cyrus the virus to describe the guy that shot JR. And I was like, okay, so that's who he's talking about. But before then, they didn't want me to hear for some reason or know who they were speaking about.
So your recollection is, you just overheard this, right?
Yes.
No one came out and directly told you, right?
Right.
You would have to kind of put the pieces together the best you could.
Yeah.
Because you weren't being treated as an insider, right?
Right.
Now, the day that Darryl Baum homicide got killed, tell us what you remember about that day.
I had met Taz in front of his house, as I did many times before. It was a common thing to meet at his place before we went to the gambling den, and that night he said, "Homicide is on the horn."
Now, where were you at that time?
In front of his house?
In a car? Standing? Where were you?
No, standing. I had parked my car.
Okay, you parked your car. You're standing in front of.
Yeah. Standing with Taz out there.
And out there being where?
In front of his house.
Where was that?
On Quincy Street.
And Taz tells you what?
Homo's down there on the corner. You know Homo. Homo, with World. Situation with World. I can't go. This guy has to go right now. I can't go. I can't do it. If I run up, he's going to know it's me. He knows me. He says, you go do it.
Do it. Meaning kill Homo?
Kill Homo, yeah.
What did you say?
I said, so he's down there. I said, okay, well, I'm going to try. I'm going to go down there. And if I can get a shot at him, then I'll do it.
What was the reason you agreed to do it?
I didn't really agree to do it inside. It didn't click in my head. Yes, I'm agreeing to do it. I'm going to go and do it. I just agreed to him because I was going to walk down the block and not do it and come back. But I didn't want to look like a coward right then and there because, as I described before, I had money invested with him, so if I seemed like a coward or I didn't do something like a gang initiation might or something, I'd really be out of the money. At least then I had a good enough hope that I might get the money back soon. So I walked down the block, and I saw Homo right there. I could have shot him, but I didn't want to, and I didn't. And I went to the bodega and purchased something and walked back and told Taz, listen, I couldn't do it. I was halfway up the block, and the guy seen me.
All right. Did you have a gun at that point?
Yes, I did.
And were you, with regard to Taz, were you kind of pretending that you were going to shoot Homo but without really the intention of doing it?
Yeah. Well, I said I would go down and I would attempt it. I would see if there was a window that An opportunity.
And was it your intention if you had the opportunity to shoot and kill Homo?
No. No.
Never.
No.
So what happened when you went back to Taz?
I told him that, like I just explained. I said that Homo recognized me. He had turned a certain way where he saw me approaching, almost half a block away, so I couldn't do it.
All right. So at this point, you're on foot, right?
Yes.
Your car has been parked, right?
Yes.
You and Taz are outside on the street, right?
Right.
You can see Homo from where you are, right?
Yes.
Is there a crowd of people around him?
I don't remember a crowd of people, no. I just remember him speaking with one guy.
Was the guy in a car? Was he talking to a guy in a car?
No. Standing outside.
I'm sorry?
Homo was standing outside of his own car speaking with someone else. He was standing outside.
Just two people there?
From what I remember, yeah.
All right. And what happened next?
I walked up the block and I told Taz, like I just mentioned, I'm not able to do it because of, he's seen me and, it's just too much going on over there. I can't get a shot. I can't sneak up on him. So I figured the whole thing was abandoned. But Taz got on the phone. I don't know who he got on the phone with.
He called somebody?
Yeah.
From a cell phone or from the car?
His cell phone.
His cell phone. He got on his cell phone?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm sorry. And called somebody, right?
Yeah.
You don't know who he called?
No.
What did he say?
I didn't overhear him because Boo was there and I was chatting with him about something.
How did Boo get there?
I don't remember.
Did he just walk up?
I don't remember how he got there.
Did he drive up?
No, I had never seen Boo with a car.
So the three of you are out on the street. Taz is on the phone, right?
Yes.
What's the next thing that happened?
Taz told me and Boo to get in the car. He told Boo a few things, and then Boo said, drive to where I had pointed earlier on the map and park and wait there.
So this is your car we're talking about?
Yes.
So Taz tells you to get in your car and drive somewhere, right?
Yes.
And did you do that?
Yes.
And you were driving, right?
Uh-huh.
And where was Boo?
In the passenger seat.
Front seat?
Front passenger.
What about Taz? Back seat?
No, Taz was actually stayed back in front of his house.
Okay. And where did you drive to?
To the spot where I had pointed to on the map earlier. Right before Lexington on Marcy and parked.
In relation to Homo. I'm sorry. Did you finish your answer?
No. Just where I mentioned on the map where I had pointed where we parked is where I had parked. He told me to park there.
Did you park?
Yes.
From where you parked, could you see Homo?
No, because when I parked, there were cars like behind me, and it was dark. It was getting dark at night. It was evening.
Right.
And when we looked from the rear view mirror, not the rear view, but the side mirror, there were too many obstacles. I couldn't see that far back.
So Homo was kind of behind you?
Yeah, on the next corner.
Okay. A block away?
Well, yeah. I mean, not a full block. I mean, partial block, and then you cross the street. Because I was parked towards, the middle of the block.
All right.
So it's like a half a block.
So you're driving. You're in the driver's seat. Boo was still in the car with you?
Yes.
Okay. And the car is parked, right?
Right.
What's the next thing that happened?
Boo was on the phone. I believe, with Taz. And he was saying some things. And somewhere along the line, I was made to understand that I thought that Taz was going to shoot or something was going to happen, but somehow eBay's name came up. And I was like, okay. So he said eBay is coming right now.
Who said that?
Boo.
Boo says eBay is coming?
Yeah. I said, okay, eBay is coming. And only 3 or 4 minutes later, I hear a shot. And from the street side, eBay ran and Boo had already opened the passenger door, the side passenger door, and moved his seat forward. And eBay eased his way in, jumped in, and Boo closed the door and then said, go, go.
You're being repetitious. He said this already.
I'm getting to the next point, Judge.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Your recollection is Boo never got out of the car, right?
I don't remember Boo getting out of the car. I remember him opening the door, like I said, and putting the seat forward.
To your recollection, Boo didn't leave the car, go in the area of where Homo was and have a gun out? That didn't happen?
No.
How did eBay get there?
I don't know. I mean, it's a small neighborhood. Maybe he was in LG and Taz called him and he took a cab. I don't know.
You're just kind of speculating?
Yeah.
You don't even know if eBay had a phone?
I don't remember eBay being there before then, while Taz was asking me to walk back and forth, so...
And whoever shot Homo, you didn't see the shooter, right?
The actual shooting? No.
You heard the shooting?
Yes.
But you didn't see who shot Homo, right?
No. Actually shoot Homo, no.
Now, this ambulance-chasing scheme that you were telling us about, right? With Glock, when you were going to shake down the labs or the medical facilities. Is that right?
Yes.
eBay wasn't involved with that, however long that took, right?
Right.
And in addition to pretending you were a police officer and robbing people and accosting prostitutes and getting sex, you also tried to muscle in on work on construction sites. Isn't that so?
Me?
You and Abu Bakr?
No.
Did you ever go to a construction site and convince the foreman that they should hire some of your people, or that they would get shut down? Does that ring a bell at all?
It does. I heard that Abu Bakr was doing that, but I never attended any of those, you know.
So you heard about that, but you yourself never participated. Is that right?
Right.
And did you ever tell anybody that you participated?
No.
Judge, may I have one moment, please? May I, Judge? Just a few more questions.
Go ahead.
Mr. Sarkissian, on the night that Homo was killed, just a couple of follow-up questions. The first time you met Boo that night was on the corner with Taz, right?
That's how I remember it.
All right. So you didn't pick him up at his girlfriend's house that night, right?
I don't recall that. No.
Okay. And after the shooting took place, you say you went over to someone named Moo to his house. Is that right?
Right.
Do you remember dropping Boo off at his girlfriend's house?
No.
And from the time that you were in the car and phone calls are being made that eBay's coming until you heard the shooting, how much time took place?
Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
All right. You're in the car. You're parked a half a block or so away from Homo, right?
Uh-huh.
You come to learn that eBay is coming, right?
Yes.
And then you hear some shots, right?
Yes.
What's the time frame between when you first heard that eBay is coming until you hear the shots? How much time elapsed?
Boy, that I'd be speculating. Maybe 10 minutes? Maybe 5? I don't know. It was a very long time ago.
Sure. Your best recollection. It was a while ago. It's an important time in your life, right?
Yeah. Let's see. 10 minutes, maybe.
So, Mr. Sarkissian, you get arrested by, you said, the FBI,
Yes.
and you get brought to court. And one of the first things that gets discussed is whether you're getting released on bail or not. Correct. In court.
Right.
And you appeared before a judge who ordered you detained because you were a danger to the community. Right?
Part of the reason, yeah, a flight risk. Danger to the community.
Flight risk and danger to the community. Right?
Yeah, the usual.
And so, as a result of being quote-unquote detained, no amount of bail money would get your freedom. Is that correct?
Correct?
You're held without any bail at all?
Correct.
And do you recall that after you retained an attorney, you went to court again in an effort to get bail?
Yes. The first initial hearing was for the indictment. Is that what you meant? Because no bail was discussed then, I don't believe. The very first hearing?
When you were arrested, you were brought before a magistrate, and a discussion of bail was that you would be detained because you were a danger to the community. Is that right?
Okay. It was so long ago, I don't remember exactly what was discussed, but eventually we had somewhat of a bail hearing, I think.
So you remember there was a bail hearing?
Something like that, I think.
Do you remember that it occurred on approximately September 9th, 2005?
I don't know the date.
Within a couple months of your arrest?
Uh-huh. Okay.
And do you recall during the bail hearing, your attorney was offering to post $1.5 million worth of property that belonged to your father?
Okay.
Objection.
Overruled. Go ahead.
Do you remember that?
I don't remember the amount.
Did your father own property worth $1.5 million?
Yes.
And do you recall that your attorney was arguing that you should be released because you did not know that Darryl Baum was going to be murdered, and you just gave someone a ride someplace, and they went out and killed somebody without your knowledge? Do you remember that argument?
Objection, Your Honor.
Well, I don't know what the objection is. You want to know specifically. You have a couple of things that you said there. Maybe you want to rephrase it.
Your attorney argued that bail should be set, correct?
Yes.
One of the government's arguments was that you were a danger to the community because you had participated in a murder, correct?
Correct.
Your attorney argued back that you had not known that a murder was supposed to take place that day, and you had just given someone a ride, right?
If you said that.
It's what his attorney said. It's not what he knows. It's just his attorney talking. I don't think those are appropriate questions. What somebody else told to him. You know, unless there is something that you want to elicit that he did, he knew.
Had you told your attorney that you didn't know a murder was going to take place?
I don't believe so.
Do you remember saying that at all? You don't believe so. Members of the jury, maybe this is a good time for me to tell you something that I was thinking about telling you before. You've heard a lot of questions, and it's not that the questions are inappropriate, that assume a fact. You know, did you say this? Did somebody say this to you? And what a lawyer says in his questions is not evidence. It is the factual basis to the question. But unless the witness says, I agree, is it evidence? So if the witness says, no, I don't remember that that's not what happened, just the fact that the lawyer said something in the context of a question is not evidence. It's just the lawyer saying something. It's almost like the question, when was the last time you murdered your husband? It doesn't mean that that actually happened just because the lawyer asked that question, and it's not evidence just because the lawyer has a factual thing that he said doesn't mean that it's evidence. You see? Only if the witness says, yes, I did hit my wife, then you can accept that as evidence. But the mere fact that the lawyer has a fact that's part of the question that he asked doesn't mean, don't be confused, that means that that's evidence. You heard some of those things just now happening. I just thought I'd give you some cautionary language about that. It's okay to ask questions like that, as long as there is a fairly good faith basis for it, I suspect. But it doesn't mean it's evidence just because Mr. Runke said it, okay? Continue with your questioning.